Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be reviewing Jeffree Star, and I have a whole host of stuff. Now, I've never reviewed or even tried before any of the products. So it is the collaboration with Shane Dawson, and he didn't send me these, so these are my thoughts. And I want to kind of show you what I got. So first off, we'll talk about the case. So this is like $40, right? And I think it's incredible value for money. It is. Let me just take out all this and you can see. So I like to keep it plump. It's really, really big and it feels I think the quality on this is absolutely excellent. And I got the black one, but I also got to gift the pink one, which is just, I think it's quality wise, it is exceptional. I also thought it would be quite cool to get the mirror. I know. What do you think? I know. Okay, so mirror out of the way. Let's talk about the palette. Now, with the palettes, I always apply eyeshadow to my face and with the swatches, and rather than to my arm, and I don't use a finger, I use a brush. Reason being is because we don't tend to apply eyeshadow with our fingers most of the time, and we certainly don't apply it to our arms. And I also apply it to skin that has at least some form of foundation on and powder, because then we get a true representation of how it grabs and how it looks to the skin. So I got both palettes, but I'm gonna show you, first one is Conspiracy. And here it is. Now the palette itself is gigantic in terms of, it is a mammoth palette. I'm just trying to look for the grams. There's 1.5 grams. There's 18 eyeshadows and 1.5 grams. And here is this epic palette. So there you go. That's all the gorgeous shades in here. Now, of course, as you would expect from Jeffree Star, there is some normal, so not normal, normal's not the right word. There are some of your more sort of mundane shades, the browns, the beautiful colors. And then there's those vibrant pops. I mean, look at that amazing color pop. I mean, it is striking. So what I'm going to do is get a brush and we're going to start to swatch them. Now I'll swatch them from top to bottom and we'll see where we go. So let's make a start, shall we? Let me get a little mirror here, see where we go. Okay, so one thing to bear in mind when I swatch, well, that's a pretty color, is my lighting source comes directly from the front. I know I don't have as yet 2 side lamps. That would take away the shadow. So what happens is it goes very bright at one point and then darkens. That's just because the light isn't balanced here and because I don't have a crew of YouTube people helping me. So here we go. This is a great shade. It looks like virtually nothing, but it is a great shade. It is this shade here and it really is great. It's like a very, very, very pale, almost a pink taupe. It is beautiful. So we're moving into the more transitional colors here. These actually apply really nicely to the face and they cling really well because these are matte shades. And do you know what's really strange is even the matte ones have a slight reflect. I don't mean shimmer, there's no shimmer in them, but they have a sheen to them, which you rarely see with matte shades. Matte shades are usually matte, and this has a sheen to it. So really important that, especially if you are over the age of perhaps 11 or 12 and you want to something more, a little bit more, you know, you're going for mattes, but you want it to be a little bit more satiny. That would be a great color. This one's really nice, called Just the Theory. Look at that. That's a really beautiful kind of highlight color. I'm looking forward to this one. This is called, what is this called? Spiraling. Look at this. Look at the, what's the word I'm trying to look for? That multi-dimensional facet to it. That's quite lovely, isn't it? Okay, so green next. One of my least favorite colors in the world, mainly because I've got green eyes, but they all look the same to me, green. So let's have a look. We've got the pig one next. Let's have a look. See, this is quite an interesting color. It's pink, right? Or it's actually a peachy pink, but something really beautiful when you're doing your makeup. You know, when you put your blusher on, adding just a tiny bit of blusher to the crease of your eye, regardless of what eyeshadow you've done, can really pull things together. Next, we've got this really intense. That's actually not as shocking as you would imagine. And I can actually kind of see that working, especially if you want to pop on the inner corner perhaps. This is lovely. Look at this. This is that bright pink. Again, add a tiny bit to your crease color. Okay, this is more of an orange. So let's just pop this one here because I'm running out of space. That's really nice. That's really nice. And then we've got this red, right? Look at this. Pretty. Very pretty. So we're going to swatch these on this, rest of these on this cheek, and then we'll move to the smaller palette. So we've got What's the Tea? So that's your lime sort of green color. We've got Diet Cola, which I'm just going to put above it. Right. If there is any shade that I would love, it would be this one, Not a Fact. I just love it. I just think these burgundy, almost this purple, almost burgundy, like a wine color, is just extraordinary. Another lovely one here. I hate the name of this, not because it's not because of anything. It's just, it's called Sleep Paralysis. I hate that name. I hate the thought of it. It's horrible. That's a lovely sort of gunmetal pewter color there. That's really nice. Okay, so next we're going to go on to the Illuminati. Okay, so we'll pop that here. That's lovely. That's really nice. For that kind of teal color, that's beautiful. And finally, this is the black of the black. And there it is. Oh, look at the kickback on that. That is really pigment. That is like a loose pigment that has been pressed. And I would imagine it's not been pressed very heavily so that we get that intense. Oh, that is really dark. So that is the Conspiracy palette. I mean, look at the packaging on that. It's quite extraordinary. So next we're going to go on to the mini one, Mini Controversy. Okay, let's have a look. That's bright. Look at those bright colours. If you are into your brights, I don't imagine you'll be very disappointed with this. Let's use a different brush. Let's hope this one is clean. I think it is. Okay, so Flat Earth next. I know somebody that believes the Earth is flat. I have no real comment on it. Okay, so that's Flat Earth. Next we've got Cry on the Couch. That's me most nights. So that's like, it's an egg. Okay, so I'm filming the review for these products and then the battery dies, which I don't even know if that's possible since it's plugged into the mains. So that's a concern. So I've washed my face and we'll restart using this palette here, which is Controversy, and it is the mini palette. So let's make a start with Flat Earth. So Flat Earth is this pale kind of pink. That's bloody blue, not pink. So next we've got this kind of transitional shade here. Right here, it's actually really nice and would make a nice sort of base. Okay, let's keep swatching before the camera dies. That's a nice highlight shade. That's really nice. My Boyfriend's Purse. Okay, next we've got Controversy. This is a lovely color. Look at that purple. That is a great color. This is a really, really good one called Diet Root Beer. And look at that. And again, that's one of those matte shades that has this shimmering. Okay, one of my favorite ones is called My Apology here, which has got little cup of tea next to it. Don't know what that means. Look how nice that is. Okay, so next we're going to go for Exposed, which is this, it's almost like a taupey lilac. And finally, we're going to go for these two, which is Cancelled. These shade names. Yeah, so naughty. And then finally, we're going to go for the Simulation, which is right here. And this is very, very similar, but it is a shimmer version of the other one. Really nice. I actually really like that one. Okay, so there's other stuff to quickly go through. So we're going to go through the liquid lipsticks. So first of all, look how bright this one is, okay? So we're going to just swatch this right here. Oh, I hope this comes off. I'm not a fan of red, even though I'm going to review a red next, but I am a fan of fuchsia. I think it looks great. Look how nice. I'm not a fan of red. That's a lovely red. Okay, so next we've got this pale frosty pink. That's actually, what's the smell of? It's got this kind of candy scent to it. It's not bad at all. Okay, so this is like a really pale, look at that. That's like a really pale pink. Something I think I saw my gram wear once. I find it quite nice actually. That's a bold colour. But the funny thing is that these are really good liquid lipsticks, regardless of which colour you go for. They're actually really, really well made in terms of product, productness. So clever me. And finally, we've got this gloss, which just goes directly over it. It's a hell of a gloss in terms of just general packaging, and gives a, where can I pop this? So it's going to, right here. I mean, you're not going to see it because it's basically clear, but it does give a very wet effect without a doubt. It's a really wet effect, really nice to pat over cheekbone areas, stuff like that. So there you go. First time ever testing any of Jeffree Star makeup, and I wanted to get this for the collaboration purposes of it, and I'm actually really impressed. I'm really impressed with how the matte shades have this incredible sheen to them without them being overpowering or even off-putting for people that want to wear matte shades. That's quite extraordinary, and a very cool concept. And a lot of these shades, Controversy and particularly My Apology, these are great, great shades. Now, obviously, not every shade in every palette is going to be to people's tastes, but the bulk of these actually work really, really well. And you could get a very natural effect with some of these eyeshadows, even with some of the brighter colors, if you just wanted to play a little bit and just have a new take on a twist on a more natural look. But there you go. That's my thoughts. Pretty bloody good. Pretty bloody good at all. And these, bargain. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.